So what is the direction of that force? We had discussed that surface tension is equal to force per unit length, and the direction of this force, direction of this force is perpendicular to the imaginary line and tangential to the liquid surface. This is tangential to the liquid surface. Whatever the liquid surface you had taken, that imaginary line is perpendicular to the liquid surface, and the force is perpendicular to the imaginary line you had drawn between the 2 points on the liquid surface. Now, dear students, let us focus over the units and dimension of surface tension. What is the units? I think you had understood about the surface tension. So let us focus about unit and dimension of the surface tension. Okay, unit and dimension of surface tension. So SI unit of surface tension, as you are knowing that the formula for the surface tension is force per unit length. So SI unit of the surface tension, SI unit of surface tension, it can be given as Newton per meter, or Newton per meter, you can write it here. And CGS unit of surface tension, that is equal to dyne per centimeter. Okay students, this is the CGS unit. Now we are going to discuss about the dimensional formula for surface tension. So while discussing about the dimensional formula for the surface tension, you know that the dimension of MLT minus 2, it is the dimension for force, and L is the dimension for length. So we can write it here as MT minus 2. So dimension formula for surface tension is MT minus 2. Now dear students, we are now going to discuss about the factors which are affecting the surface tension. So there are two factors which affects the surface tension. What are the factors which affect the surface tension? That is factors affecting the surface tension. Factors affecting the surface. What are the factors which are affecting the surface tension? So the first factor which affects the surface tension is temperature. the first factor which affects the surface tension. So we can say that with increase in temperature, surface tension with increase in temperature, surface tension decreases, and with decrease in temperature, surface tension with decrease in temperature, surface tension decreases. Now, if we are going to increase the temperature of the liquid, if we are continuously we are increasing the temperature of the liquid, then a certain temperature reaches when the liquid loses its surface tension, and that temperature is called as critical temperature. The temperature at which the liquid surface loses its surface tension, liquid surface loses its surface tension, that temperature is called critical temperature. That temperature is called as critical temperature of the liquid. For a small temperature differences, differences, if the temperature difference is very small, then due to the variation of temperature, as we are observing, as we are knowing that due to the variation of temperature difference, the surface tension varies. So for a small temperature difference, the surface tension varies linearly. For a small temperature difference, surface tension varies linearly. The surface tension varies linearly, and this linear variation of the surface tension can be given as St is equal to S naught 1 plus alpha delta T. St is equal to S naught, that linear variation can be given by St is equal to S naught, where St is the surface tension at temperature. St is the surface tension at temperature T, and S naught surface tension at temperature T naught, or initial temperature. S naught is the temperature, St is the temperature at, I think it is not visible. Look at here. The variation of temperature, variation of surface tension with the temperature can be given as St is equal to S naught 1 plus alpha delta T, and St is what? St is the surface tension surface tension at temperature T, and S naught is the surface tension at temperature. S naught is the surface tension at temperature T naught, and alpha is the coefficient of surface tension. Alpha is the temperature coefficient of surface tension. Temperature coefficient of surface tension. Okay, dear students, so this is the variation of surface tension with temperature, and all things we had discussed about the temperature, how the surface tension varies according to the temperature. Look at here, all these things. Now, dear students, certain examples I want to quote here about the increase and decrease. Suppose all of you had used to drink the soup. What happens? In case of soup, you had observed that when you tries to drink the hot soup, it becomes more tasty to you, or it is tastier, because at higher temperature the surface tension of the soup is low. At higher temperature the surface tension is low, and it easily spread over the surface of the tongue because its surface tension is low. But if you are used to drink cold soup, then what will happen? Its surface tension is high, so due to high surface tension it does not get spread throughout the surface of the tongue, and so it does not seems to be tastier. Similarly, the another example of the surface tension is that you had observed that in winter seasons the fuel or liquid inside your vehicle get jammed, and you have to start your vehicle by giving the choke, because in colder days or in winter seasons the surface tension of the fluid get increased, and due to which it compels the free flow of the fluid inside the vehicle. So due to which the radiators of the in colder regions or polar regions, the radiator of the vehicles is started by giving the choke, but it is easier to start the vehicle in hot summer days, because in that days the temperature is high, so surface tension is low, and it is easier to make the fluid flow inside the engine. So these are the applications of the surface tension. Now, second condition which affects the surface tension is the addition of impurity. Second is the addition of impurity. Addition of impurity. Yes, dear students, by adding impurity to the liquid, you can increase or decrease the surface tension. So, if you want to increase the surface tension of the liquid, then you have to dissolve a highly soluble substances inside the liquid, due to which its surface tension increases. So, on adding highly soluble impurities in the liquid, we can appreciably increase the surface tension of the liquid. It means to say that by addition of the impurity, the surface tension of the liquids can be increased. Okay, so this principle is used in case of soap and detergents. In soap and detergents. What happens in case of soap and detergent, students? When we dissolve soap or detergent inside the water, the impurity is added to the water, due to which its surface tension increases, and when when we rinse or when we put the oily or dusty cloths inside that liquid, due to the surface tension, high surface tension, it washes off the impurities which is present inside the cloths, or oily impurities present inside the cloths. So surface tension, the detergents used for cleaning dirty cloths in our houses is very good example of surface tension. Water cannot wait while it stains off on your clothes. That is why water alone cannot remove the cloths. The molecules of detergents can get attached with the water and dirt molecules, and they can take away the dirt with them when we wash. Okay, so when we wash the cloths, you will write it. When we wash the cloths, then what will happen? The molecules of the soap and detergents get attached with the dust particles of the cloths, and when we rinse the cloth, then along with the water, the dust particles also be removed from the cloths. These are the factors which affect the surface tension. Now, about the surface tension, what are the applications of the surface tension? We need to discuss about the application of the surface tension. What are the applications of the surface tension? Applications of surface tension. The first application is that you had observed the curved meniscus. This is called as the meniscus. You had curved meniscus of water. You had observed the curved meniscus of water, and this is due to the surface. This is called as meniscus. Surface tension. Second application is the convex shape of the mercury. When this is for water, when water is placed inside the this is for the water is placed inside the container. If mercury is placed in the container, then this is the convex meniscus, and this is also due to the surface tension. The spherical shape of raindrops. This is also due to the spherical shape of raindrops. This is also due to the surface tension. And You had observed that during the baby birth, you had seen the baby occupies a round shape or curved shape because it wants to maintain in itself into its lowest energy state. Okay, so there are various examples in day-to-day life you use to see about the application of surface tension. So this is all about the surface tension. Now I want to give you a simple experiment for the measurement of surface tension. Look at here, measurement of surface tension. Measurement of surface tension. Measurement of surface tension. Measurement of surface tension. How we can measure the surface tension? Suppose a liquid is kept inside a vessel. A liquid is kept inside a vessel and you had placed a glass plate here. You had placed a glass plate here and this glass plate is attached with the mass mg. Now what we will do, we will lift the glass plate. We will lift the glass plate upside in such a way that we will lift the liquid container upside in such a way that the surface of the liquid get attached with the glass plate. And if we observe that when the liquid surface is going to touch this glass plate. This is the glass plate. This is the glass plate. And when this liquid surface is going to touch this glass plate, the glass plate goes inside the liquid. Now, to detach this glass plate from the surface of the liquid, some extra load is being placed over this some extra load is being placed on this weighing machine to detach this glass plate from the liquid, and that extra force, which that additional weight required is mg. So additional weight required to detach this glass plate from liquid is mg. That mg weight, suppose initially it has the weight w. So extra weight which you have to give to the glass plate to detach this glass plate from the liquid is mg. So surface tension can be given as mg, force upon 2L. This is the extra force. 2L we had written here because two surfaces we are considering. One surface is this and one surface of the glass plate. So it is equal to mg upon 2L. L is the length of the plate. So L is the length of the L from here and L from here. So it is equal to 2L. Two surfaces are in contact. So we had written it as m into mg upon 2L. So this is the surface tension. We can measure the surface tension in this manner. Okay, dear students. So this is all about the surface tension, and in the next video we will discuss about surface energy. Thank you, students.